Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. And I just wanted to talk to you about how God cares about your details. His eye is on the sparrow. Matthew 10:29 through 31 tells us, "What is the price of 2 sparrows? 1 copper coin? But not a single sparrow can fall to the ground without your Father knowing it. And the very hairs on your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are more valuable than a whole flock of sparrows." So tell me, are you ever afraid? Do you ever worry? Are you ever discouraged? Facing this worldwide pandemic that we're currently going through today, there is plenty to be feared, worried, and discouraged about. Other things that cause worry or fear or discouragement are things like loneliness and feeling neglected, feeling that you don't have any friends, failure in school or other activities. How about illness or injury? And even criticism from others. They can all add to that worry and fear and discouragement. But in our Bible lesson today, Matthew chapter 10 tells us that Jesus was teaching his disciples that even though they were going to be facing some difficult times as his followers, they should not be afraid. He said to them, 2 sparrows are sold for 1 copper coin, but not one single sparrow can fall to the ground without your Father knowing it. And the very hairs on your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are more valuable to God than a whole flock of sparrows. In the Bible, sparrows weren't worth very much. Verse 29 says that 2 sparrows were worth only 1 copper coin. And in Luke chapter 12, it even says that 5 sparrows were worth 2 copper coins. So I guess you could look at it as 2 sparrows for 1 coin or 5 for 2. What a deal, huh? Nothing happens to those little birds without his knowledge. God cares about the details of his creation, even animals as small as tiny birds. I'm sure you know that God cares for you, but do you really, really understand just how detailed he cares for you? Why don't you try counting the hairs on your head? I'll give you a few minutes. Give up? It's too much to count, guys. Verse 30 tells us that even the hair on our heads are numbered. We don't even know how many hairs we have, but God knows us better than we know ourselves. And that means that he cares about everything that has to do with you. Why, do you ask? Because he loves you. When you love something or someone, it's usually easier to remember all the details about that person or thing. And that's why God cares about the little details in our lives. He loves us so much. Jesus said that even though sparrows seemed worthless to everyone else, God cares about them. And here's something else he said about sparrows. Verse 31 says, "Don't be afraid. You are more valuable than a whole flock of sparrows." God made everything in a special way. He knows and he loves everything about us. He cares about even the smallest things. God made everything in the whole world, and he cares about all that he made. He cares about your smile and your hands and your feelings and when you get sick or hurt. No worry or prayer is too great or too small for our God. Isn't that amazing? God knows everything that we go through. Nothing happens to us that he doesn't know about. And when we're feeling lonely and totally abandoned, when it seems that our prayers are unanswered, when everything seems hopeless, God knows and God cares. If his eye is on the sparrow, you can better believe that he's watching you a lot closer. So have courage, guys, during this confusing and these concerning times. Jesus told his disciples there would be difficult times, so we can expect the same. But I want you to remember, The word of the Lord holds true, and we can trust everything he does. That comes from Psalm 33:4. And I'm going to challenge you guys today. I want you to actually put that in your memory bank. I want you to start working on memorizing that verse, Psalm 33:4. The word of the Lord holds true, and we can trust everything he does. So the next time we see each other, and believe me, we will, I want you to be able to repeat that verse to me. And you know what? It doesn't do us good just today or tomorrow or the next day. When we memorize it, it's good for our entire life. And when we start feeling down and we go back to the word and we remember what the word says, it's going to help us through those hard times. Don't worry. Be happy. God's got this. Until next time, I'm signing off. Have a great day and have a great week.